So here's what the pizza dough looks like that I put in the refrigerator Friday night. And right now we're sitting at about 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going to have pizza around 2. Here we are at 1:30. They're proofed and ready to go. So I'm going to get my ovens hot and we're going to make some pizzas. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make a pizza. Go. I'll put the lid back on that. So we're just pressing it. And this is a 65% hydration dough, so it's going to stretch out real nice and easy. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video for a second to change angles so you can watch me stretch it out while holding it. So you see, you just put your knuckles under it and gravity pretty much just takes over. Let the gravity do the stretching. Alright, so that's pretty good. I'm going to give it one toss. I'm going to put it down. So I use about 3/4 of a cup of sauce on my 16-inch pizzas. And the first thing I'm going to put down is some fresh mozzarella. And you probably can't see it on the screen, but I have my cheese sitting on top of a scale so I can keep track of how much I'm using. So for a cheese pizza, I like to do 4 ounces of fresh mozzarella to 5 ounces of regular whole milk mozzarella. So as I take cheese out of the bowl that I have it in, the scale is telling me how much weight I've taken out, so I know how much I've taken. And I actually took a little too much. I did 4.5 there. Can you tell that this is like my first time doing this on video? At least this detailed. So now I'm going to quick switch over to the whole milk and probably just go 4.5 on that, so it still comes out to 9 ounces of cheese total. It says 5. There we go. Now we're at 4.5. So it's 9 ounces of cheese total. This is just a cheese pizza. Now the next thing we're going to do is put it on the peel and then into the oven. So I like to put a little semolina on the peel itself. The manufacturer, I believe, states that you don't have to do this, but I do it anyway. And what you do is you grab the bottom right here and you just slide it under, just like that. And then you fix it while it's on the peel. It's going to go like this. Alright, that looks pretty good. And now the next thing we're going to do is launch it. And that's like, for me, when I was learning how to make pizza, launching it was definitely the hardest thing to learn. You see in the camera, but this oven is sitting at about 650 degrees. Gonna move this door. That door's not a Gozney product. I actually got that from another company. So I'm gonna turn the flame off. I'm gonna put the pizza in, and then I'm just gonna pull it out in one shot. All right, so now it's on the floor, and we're gonna give it a pull. 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna put the door back on. All right, so the pizza has been in there for about 1 minute, and I'm actually going to give it a turn. We are still going to keep the flame off, and the reason why we're keeping the flame off at this point, and this is how it looks right now, and the reason why we're keeping the flame off at this point is because if the flame was on, it would cook the top of it before it got crispy enough on the bottom. All right, so now we're sitting at about 6 minutes. I did just check the bottom of it. It looks like it's ready to come out, so we're gonna quick turn on that flame, give it a couple turns, and pull her out. It cooks so well in there without the flame running, it's not going to need too much. We're going to give it a little color on the crust. It didn't get enough color. Turn the flame down a little bit. This is kind of nice about using propane. You can control it with the controller. All right, I think we're good to go. Let's pull it out, see what we got. There you are. We're gonna go ahead and put this on the cutting board. All right, so I didn't land a perfect circle, but after you cut it up, honestly, nobody's gonna care. So let's go ahead and listen to that crunch. There you have it.